In one corner of the ring stands Rick from The Walking Dead, teamed up with Dwight Schrute from The Office. Tonight, they are facing off against a deadly pair of Sonic the Hedgehog and SpongeBob SquarePants. This is Friday Night Magic. This is the current state of Magic the Gathering through the branch known as Secret Lair. Now, I personally don't have an issue with IP crossovers inside of Secret Lair because it's usually limited to a couple of cards, and you have the choice to ignore it for the most part. There's an argument to be made about mechanically unique Secret Lairs without universes within counterparts, but I personally think it's an interesting flair that doesn't interfere with Magic purists. Limited isn't affected because they aren't full sets, and you're not required to use any of the cards if you want to be competitive in CEDH for the most part. Secret Lair gives artists the opportunity to showcase their unique art styles that don't fit the themes of any set. It also allows for crossovers that totally can't, and won't, ever happen in main sets of Magic the Gathering. With the most recent Secret Lair Scare Super Drop featuring The Office, Jaws, Iron Maiden, and Demonic Tutor headlining its own drop, wait times were hours long, estimated times would fluctuate half hours multiple times, and half the product was sold out within the hour, and the queuing system was inherently broken. I personally was looking to pick up a couple of items from the drop, including the Demonic Tutor because of the art and the beckoning spot for it in my Bracket 2 deck. The foil drop was sold out in minutes, with the non-foil following not much later. If we take even the shortest look at prices for Demonic Tutor, the cheapest one out there is nearly $50, and that's for non-foil. 2 brain cells would be able to tell anybody in the Magic community that scalpers would be all over a drop of 4 cards, where one is a foil, full art Demonic Tutor for $40. Additionally, while I was still in line, I decided to open eBay and saw numerous listings for the drop with Demonic Tutor ranging from $60 to $160. Keep in mind, this drop didn't ship until a month after it went on sale nearly. Where did the difficulties in the buying process come from? The queue for one was an issue. I've seen conflicting accounts saying the queue skip methods were fixed from the last drop. This was a method where you could add old items to your cart and it would pre-register you for the queue instead of when the time actually hit. The bigger issue was the flooding of the queue by scalpers. It's really easy to get where you want in the queue when you have a program that floods it with 1,000 accounts. At some point, you're bound to be at the front of the line. In January of 2024, Secret Lair announced that they would be switching from print to demand to limited run, intending to reduce wait times for product shipping. And to be fair, this was a valid problem to some, with orders taking 2 to 3 months to reach the consumer. This time delay was due to having to receive orders, process, and start printing them. Wizards of the Coast claimed to aim to meet demand, but whether on purpose or not, they forgot to account for the fact that some drops would be more popular than others and that scalpers would be lurking in the waters. There has to be some sort of balance between enough product and the timeliness of shipping on Wizards' part. I saw one Reddit user suggest that foils are limited run, while non-foils would be print to demand, providing collectors with the ability to pick up more rare cards, while those who just wanted to play with the cards and care less about collecting will have the ability to collect them without selling out. We can blame Wizards of the Coast for being complicit in allowing products to be printed in a way that allows for scalpers to do what they do. But at the end of the day, scalping is the majority issue. You cannot ask scalpers to change, because they won't. But you can ask the multi-billion-dollar corporation to implement methods to satisfy demand, hinder scalpers, and provide satisfaction to its loyal customers. You're not going to be able to satisfy everyone, but it would be nice to see a little bit more care and thought put into the process of Secret Lair and other product lines instead of only worrying about the current financial state of the game with no regard for the player base that's been here for decades. It's only appropriate that the card of the video is a Secret Lair product. Today we have a counterspell courtesy of Hatsune Miku Winter Diva. The highlight of the card comes from the art and the flavor, with the title character waving off the cameraman saying "No paparazzi allowed." This is one of my friend's favorite cards. I can't blame him too. I like the idea of the counterspell being a paparazzi system waved off. While I personally never consumed Hatsune Miku's content, I do really like the art and the flavor of this card.